everybody, I'm Joy Evans.
And I'm Alex Evans.
And we are back from Gencon.
Wow, what a great 4 days it was.
It was longer than 4 days.
It was, but the actual Gencon itself was 4 days of amazingness.
Yes, it was. Mm-hmm. And we did our things we were looking forward to at Gencon.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Games and things.
Mm-hmm.
And now we thought we'd do a wrap-up of kind of top 10 Gencon moments.
Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm.
Now, it's big. We're not talking about really games.
No,
right?
not specific games.
Yeah, there wasn't like one big game everyone ran to. If there was, probably Lightning Train.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Hoth,
yes.
And, well, trying to think of other ones as well. It was varied, which is honestly good.
Yeah, it was nice. It was all distributed evenly.
Yeah, there wasn't like a Lorcana mob this year.
No.
Which is great. And speaking of that, we're going to talk about that too. But these are like 10 moments that stand out to us at Gen Con because Gen Con is our favorite week of the year.
It is the best week of the year. I love it so much.
It was before we started working at the studio, and it is now.
Actually, before on my way to the studio today, you were already at the studio. Before I left, I actually changed that. We have a little countdown calendar by our front door. I actually changed it for next year's Gen Con.
Yeah, it says like 300 and whatever
67 days to be precise.
67. Yeah,
Not that I'm counting down or anything.
We do count it down. So anyway, we love everything about Gen Con.
67 wouldn't make sense because there's only 365 days in a year. I just suddenly realized that. Yeah, just let that one go. It must be 50. I listened to Google, and I thought she said 367, but I realized maybe she meant 57. I just didn't hear her.
Unless it's later next year?
No, it starts July 29th.
Well, then it's wrong.
It is. So anyway, just ignore everything I said about that number.
So when I get home, I'm changing the calendar, apparently. Yes. So anyway, these are different moments because people say Gen Con is just a buying convention. And that is 100% not true because there's so much else going on at Gen Con.
Oh, for sure. Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about some of those. So let's get started with our number 10. Okay, so our number 10, now we did a combined 10 list because we're going to do separate ones, but really there was so much crossover.
There were.
Let's just do it this way. Number 10 is like seeing family and friends.
Yes.
First off, this was the first year my mother and my sister went to Gen Con.
Yes, and they brought your nephew too.
Yes, because he loves TTGs or CCGs or whatever. TCGs. And
One Piece.
Jumped into it, and they were completely overwhelmed.
Yes, that first day they were like, what is happening?
It was insane.
By the last day, Sunday, they were like, this is amazing.
It's so good. I will say that's the one thing about Gen Con. Everyone is just walking around and you get to see, if you have a favorite designer, they're going to be there, right? And they're going to be usually maybe even at their booth. You know, like I always see Henry Audubon is over there at Keymaster. And, for example, before I went into the exhibit hall during the setup day, I was walking through the hallway outside, not in the exhibit hall, outside in the main hallway. And I'm like, oh, people are already tired. Look over and somebody's, laying down, going to sleep. And it was Ryan Lockett. And I'm like, this is like on Wednesday. And I even told him, like, man, I feel bad for you. You're this tired on Wednesday. And which is, it's great to see these people out. These designers are just gamers like you and I. Right? And it's funny.
It's great to see them in the wild.
Yes, in the wild. They're out there. That's as wild as you get over there at Gen Con. I will say, the guy from Ivy Studios, I love him, but when we were up there, Austin, at Ivy Studios, he parked pretty poorly a couple times when we were going places. So it got to the point to where if I'd see someone parking pretty bad, I'm like, hey, is this your car? And I texted to him. So I introduced my wife to Austin, and she's like, hey, nice to meet you. She goes, are you the bad parker? He's like, come on, man. But that's the biggest thing about Gen Con is you get to see the same people year after year.
Absolutely.
Catch up with them. And a lot of our friends have been made because of Gen Con. So
I was going to say it was great. We ran into Bonds. She was there. We ran into her a couple of times. There were so many friends from all across the country. It's nice that Gen Con brings you together.
Yes.
And you can have that moment just gaming or doing stuff throughout the con. I love that so much. It's one of the things I look forward to.
I agree because there are people from the Dice Tower East, Dice Tower Cruise, and all that stuff. You don't get to hang out with them, Dice Tower West, as much there.
Yeah.
But you get to see them and kind of reconnect.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great.
So anyway, that's our number 10, seeing family and friends. All right, and our number 9, is probably one of the big reasons our daughter loved to go even as a kid. And that's honestly the cosplayers.
The cosplayers at Gen Con, like they're incredible.
They really are.
I was actually looking this afternoon. My daughter and I were looking at like past Gen Con photo books that we've made, and the pages that we stopped at was the cosplayers from the previous years, and it was great to see. Like, hey, look at that lady. We saw her this year, and she was this person. It's great to see that the cosplayers are phenomenal. I love how there's a contest every year. I've never actually been able to watch it, but that's one thing on my bucket list of Gen Con to do. But one thing I do every year at Gen Con is the parade.
She does. And she is there like an hour and a half early.
I was an hour and a half early.
To sit right there to watch
front
the parade.
row.
Yes. And you see the same people there every year. Sometimes the same costumes. There's like a discount George Lucas that's there every year. Somebody told him at one point in his life he looks like George Lucas, and that's it. He's discount George Lucas. But we see the same person, Rachel, every year, and she's dressed as somebody different. This year was Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. But it's so great to see all the cosplayers and things.
I really enjoy that. I love taking photos with them, and they're really good too. You'll see them different places, like in the hallways, and like, can you take a photo? Sure, and you can just stop them, and they will do that. I like how they have that designated area, so you're not really blocking the hallway.
Right.
But the cosplay is great. I love it. I love the parade. I love how Gen Con does that. Also, the parade this year was almost 30 minutes, which was last year was not 30 minutes. It was there were so many people this year. And I do like how Gen Con trying to organize them, like all the Spider-Mans, all the Marios. Maybe if you come at the end, that's not the case. But at least at the beginning, there is some kind of like theme to it. I love it. It's awesome.
It's funny how the theme catches on. Like last year, there were 30 Marios.
Yep.
And this year something else is always popular. I think I appreciate passion and people that are good at what they do and love something, and these cosplayers are doing it. So if that's one thing we love to watch are the cosplayers. Okay, we are on our number 8 now. Now, if it was up to our daughter, the cosplayers would have been number 1.
Correct.
Because even like Beast stopped during the parade to see her because he remembers her from every single year. So, but our number 8 now is pretty much the exhibitors, booths, and rooms.
Yes.
So there were some awesome booths and awesome rooms. Room-wise, for you that don't know, if you haven't been there, everyone has their exhibit hall there. They have their booths, but they also have some incredible rooms. And people always like to put a spin on their rooms. First off, Van Ryder had some people like really just dressed up in like just full horror garb, and like an entryway and all that, like a very spooky room.
I liked how their character, Mort, would be like following you around, like he'd be quietly following you, and you turn around and you'd be
creepy.
like, whoa, like it was like a real life haunted house. It was awesome.
It was really good. And then like Ivy Studios pretty much created an Apple store.
They did.
The amount of rigging and stuff they put in there, it's like, good grief.
Yeah.
All of that was really good, and they have like CGE had their own room. We could play their games. And it's so nice to be able to get away from the hall to step into those rooms and be able to kind of focus more on that brand, right?
Yes.
But then the booths themselves are fantastic.
Amazing.
And I don't know how many, I think there were more exhibitors this year than last year. There were some people that pulled out, but other people that came in, and I'd like to see those new exhibitors. First of all, Dwarven Forge. I don't have any Dwarven Forge. That's the terrain.
Yeah.
But man, it looks so good. That is the one place I kind of get like, I wish I could just, that's the price of a car, a lot of it, but it looks so nice.
It looks amazing. I do really like that too. I really like this year, I actually got to go to the booth that I call the Smelly Dice booth.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. We got lots of smelly dice. That was great. Then my favorite every year is going to the place that has the pool of, like the big bin of dice, and you get like a jug of dice. That's pretty awesome too. I like all those things. Yeah.
Yeah, so Smelly Dice wise, I know last year when we played the RPG, I got dice that smells like dirt. And this year, let's see here, we got Healer's Balm. Here we go, right here.
Yep.
From Dr. Smelly Bones. This one is Dark Roast Ritual. This is the coffee one, right?
And it smells amazing.
Smells like coffee. I don't know if you know, I like coffee.
Yeah, you walk into a coffee shop.
And this is Arcane Vapors.
Yes.
And
it's foresty.
Foresty type of smell. And then this is fireball char. So it just smells like smoky and fireball.
Yeah, kind of like a tavern.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. But they have these like on D6s, so when you cast a fireball, you get that smell when you're. First of all, these things still smell. We bought them a year or two ago, and they still smell just as good.
They do. They smell phenomenal.
Yeah. So anyway, all the exhibitors and everything, they did a great job this year. It was incredible.
One booth I spent a lot of time with our daughter was the Doomlings booth. First of all, we were those people on the first day lining up for 2 hours to go spin the wheel after we did the scavenger hunt. That was pretty fun. But the Doomlings booth was amazing. There were so many people there with the Doomlings. We got to see one of the designers. He made like a little card for our daughter. It was awesome.
It's pretty funny how people and I love meeting people there. They're like, you guys are always just like cold to the future. You know what's going to be hot, and I do not. My daughter is very stressed that she's going to be in the back of the Doomlings line, and I'm like, there's going to be no line for Doomlings. I mean, we have Lightning Terrain, we have all these big games coming out. I was incorrect. Apparently, that's a thing. Mm-hmm. There was a line the entire time for Doomlings. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. And I talked to somebody else at Comic-Con. They said it's the exact same thing there. So, did not know Doomlings were that big. We play it as a family. I didn't know anyone else does. But apparently, everyone else does. It's incredible. But yeah, the booths were just crazy.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that was our number 8, booths and rooms. All right, number 7 is the one place we like to see every year. Mm-hmm. And what is that?
It's Card Holla.
Card Holla. Card Holla is something silly, and that is the first thing we do. They usually open on Wednesday, the day before the con starts. And they bring all those old common Magic cards and every other CCG and things like that. And you just build things.
You fold cards and then you build with the cards. It's pretty awesome. One person this year actually brought in like giant cards and tried to build something giant out of that. That was pretty cool too. But yeah, Card Hole is it's a really nice place to actually chill in the kind of the chaos of everything. Just sit on the floor in the little area there and just fold some cards, build a castle real quick.
Yeah, somebody posted a picture on Facebook, said, found your daughter, and they're underneath a table at Card Hall just making cards.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. And at the end of the week, they kind of knock it down with change and all that. But that's a good place kind of to get away from the crowds, too.
I would completely agree. Like when you need to kind of just get away, going to Card Hall is a great place to go.
Yeah, because you sit there and most people, it's not really crowded. You're going to sit there and build. You're going to kind of take a beat, just kind of relax and enjoy that. But, and again, the stuff they build every year, because usually the day or two before they all knock it down, the real people come in and they build some just crazy good stuff.
Oh, it's phenomenal. It's amazing what people can build. It's amazing. I wish I had that level of skill. I don't. Ours is very ooh, don't knock that table kind of thing.
Mine's pretty rough. Yeah. So
mine
anyway,
too.
So that is a Card Holla. Okay, and number 6 is something that I look forward to every year. And I didn't know. When we first went, it was all about the games.
Yes.
Right? We were like everyone else. We're like, I must get these 10,000 games that are on my list. Why? Because I must have them a week before they're available anywhere else. Mm-hmm. But then I started walking through Artist Alley. I'm like, well, that's neat. That's neat. And that's neat. And then now it's mainly where we go first. After we get the games we do have on our list. But there are just some great artists. I did not know this, too. Artists, somebody told us how they actually get their spots here. So, I'm sorry, our number 6 is Artist Alley.
Surprise.
Yes. So, all the paintings, the fictional books, and all of that, everything is right there in Artist Alley, shirts and all that. They had puppets this year.
They did. They did have puppets.
Insane. But I guess artists, the whole thing is you're not guaranteed a spot again this year. Because one time, one of the artists that Tom and I liked did not make the cut. But I guess they only accept 70 or 80 people. But that's out of like 1,000 artists that put in their portfolios to get accepted.
Yes, and one of the artists was saying that the only thing they can send is just 3 pieces of art. They can send in, and that is what the selection is based on. I was like, wow, pressure right there. Incredible that these people can make it, and they do a fantastic job.
They really do. And even the official artists for like Magic the Gathering, for D&D, for all these different, and the art styles are so different on what they do. We like the fantasy style artwork, but there's a lot of other ones where like, man, that would look good in the house.
Yes, there were a few that we didn't end up getting that, they didn't quite fit our style, but they still looked amazing, and we could appreciate that and be like, that's incredible.
And there was like fiction books. So we got a couple of fiction books.
Yes.
There's one I didn't get that's like you're kind of running a VHS movie rental place in the 80s. I didn't get it, but this morning I mentioned it to Tom, and Tom's like, I got it. So
good.
I love going through Artist Alley and looking through all that stuff.
Oh, it's incredible. I don't have any type of that talent, but just to see people and admire that and be able to get some for ourselves is so much fun. I really like that. I do agree with you. We did spend a lot more time this year doing that. That's something we've been adding more to our Gen Con kind of routine, is spending time there, and it's worth it. It's great.
Yeah, we have so many open areas in our house we have to fill, and also behind my desk at the office, I got to fill it before Tom sticks his little X-Men stuff everywhere. So anyway, that was our number 6, Artist Alley. Okay, number 5 is one that I did not technically do because I was busy, but I would come for the last couple, I guess, hours I would have wanted to hang out with you. This is...
Big Game Night. AEG's Big Game Night.
AEG's Big Game Night.
Yeah. This is like the highlight of Gen Con for me. I actually was telling someone about it, a lovely lady we met last year called Cindy at Gen Con, right? I told her this year she signed up for it, and it was great because we were all there together playing games, and it was fantastic.
It's one of those, once we discovered it, you're playing with 500-600 people, and you're all playing the same games. Mm-hmm. And what's cool is it makes you play games at Gen Con, right? You're usually playing the newer games too.
Oh, absolutely. And it's nice. It's also a nice way to demo some of the things that AEG is releasing too. This year we played Knitting Circle, Point Galaxy, and Propolis. I think I said that right.
I've heard that pronounced different every single time.
Maybe, I don't know. Propolis. It's the B game. All 3 games were great. We had so much fun. There was a big group of us. We had a great time. Playing with other people. I love this night so much.
It was cool. I went in and Bonds was the one calling all the shots or whatever, the cards for. I think you played Merchants.
That was on the night before. Yes.
Yeah, they had 2 this year because of their anniversary one and then their big game night.
We got a bonus big game night. It was great.
So it was really cool. The second night, you had Elizabeth Hargrave that was just walking around talking to people.
Yep.
And again, that's what makes this so special. And it's played at the Colt Stadium. And it's just, like I took Tom and Chris and everybody over there to see it. Because it's impressive. All of these people playing the same games. Man, that's the kind of thing that makes Gen Con unique. So every year, that's what we look forward to. I look forward to you doing it so I can sneak in.
No, I love it. I love this night. If it's something you do, you come to Gen Con and you don't do, it's something you need to look at and going forward because it's so much fun. It's so great. And like you said, it's a great reason to play games at Gen Con.
Yep, exactly. So AEG's Big Game Night. Okay, so number 4 was something that some years we do, some years we don't do as much. We made it a point to do it more this year. We kind of had to muscle through. Some nights we're getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep, but we still would regret if we didn't, and that is late night gaming at the hotel.
Yeah, one night in particular, I was very I just don't think I can game. I was so tired. I said to you, I'm just going to go to the room. And you're like, just wait 1 second. And you made me. And it was phenomenal. This was probably this year's highlight, was gaming in the hotel. It was so fun. Kyle and Turi were there. Cindy was there. There was Mike Heller. Sean was there. So many people were there. It was great.
Yeah, and we pulled everyone in for the Dice Tower and stuff.
The Dice Tower crew was there too. It was so much fun.
And it's right there in the Hyatt lobby.
Yes.
So that's the other thing is you game with everyone. And anyone around us, we'd pull in. And normally, other people play heavier games. We ended up playing more of the lighter style, I think.
Yes.
But mainly because we didn't get a table, so we're kind of all sitting on the couches.
Yeah, and we were also sitting on the floor. It was an odd situation. We couldn't bust out a Euro right there and how we were sitting.
Right. And that's the other thing too, is we played a lot of these games that I had played and reviewed on the channel before, but haven't played with these people. And almost it's going to be one of those things I have to revisit these games because Landmarks. We played Landmarks. And man, it was a blast. And several people there bought it the next day because Landmarks was it hit so well.
Yeah, that was a great one. We also played Caution Signs.
Caution Signs. And I realized, if you don't know, Caution Signs is weird. It's like an ad lib where you get an adjective and a noun. And then you have 20 seconds to draw it on a caution sign. And then you flip it around. And they take that adjective and noun, everyone's, mix them together. And then one person has to look and say which one of these is the happy wizard, which one of these is the whatever, and they move it around. And I realized something very important. I cannot draw at all. Every time I'd flip mine around, people would say, what?
What was it? It looked like you had one where it was this line and it looked like a fish on a crooked fishing line, but it was supposed to be like a ghost falling down the stairs or something.
It was a whale.
A whale falling down the stairs. It was, yes.
It was clumsy whale. How do you draw a clumsy whale? But can't do it. In 20 seconds. 20 seconds is very, very low.
It is.
So,
yes.
anyway, and then we end up playing this game as Killer. The second one, Frozen Horror, which they missed an opportunity for. This game as Chiller. Saw the comments. I thought that's good. Anyway, but we played that, and that just worked out great. I won't go into the end of that game. I'll mention it in my review coming up. But that end of that game was just epic. One I think I told everybody about the next day. It was incredible.
Yep.
So anyway, that late night gaming is really, really fun. We did not go up to, I think BGG has a hot games room up there at the Hyatt. I didn't end up doing that this year. We were going to, but ended up just gaming there in the lobby. But either one of those, the whole thing is try to get some unorganized gaming in at Gencon. That is one thing that you just need to do. Impromptu gaming, whether you bought it, then like Emery started playing 12 Rivers right over there. And the new
Forest Shuffle.
The new Forest Shuffle. He played over there as well. So anyway, that's another highlight because those are great. Lots of laughs, lots of fun. You wind down after a really busy day and you just want to enjoy the week because it's going to be over soon.
Yeah, that was a great way to end like that last night, just gaming. That was perfect. That was the perfect way to really end Gen Con.
And then we got to pull more people in that we just saw randomly walking through there.
It was great.
We're like, can you draw? No. Perfect.
Coming over.
You can be on my team. So anyway, just random gaming in the hotel. Okay, so number 3, we're kind of jumbling these together, and those are the events and the classes and things. And for one is the Dice Tower Awards. They always go over great. I think everything worked out really well this year. And again, those tickets are available. You can meet... the tickets are very inexpensive, $2, $4, I'm not sure what it is. But you get to meet all the designers, publishers, and you get to really see who wins before the rest of the world does.
Yes.
So, ends up...
you know what to buy before the award show is live.
Yeah. It's pretty funny that as soon as something wins, the next day you better run for those because they're going to go quick. So that's always a blast, doing the skits, see how well they come off. It was a good... night, and it's one of those that's early in the week, so us as a crew, we can kind of breathe once it's over. I know Tom is really he's stressed until the Dice Tower Awards are over, and then he's like, every year he goes, I feel like I can relax now. I'm like, yes, you can. So we just go down there and eat Subway, and he's just, So anyway, but all the events and classes, and your favorite class, though.
Oh, I try and every year at Gen Con to do some sort of painting class, to kind of get motivated for the next year to keep doing something. This year I did a painting eye class that was amazing. I really, really enjoyed that class. It was so great. I always try and do this every year. I wish I could have had time to do more classes this year, but I didn't. We had fun. Myself and my lady No Code Katie did it, and we had a blast.
She's a fantastic painter, but a lot of times she paints and it looks like these people, they've seen some stuff. It's like really shocked and really like, what's happening right now?
Sometimes also I'll paint the rest of the miniature and I'll leave the faces just kind of blank.
She skips the faces.
Yeah, I won't even paint the faces because I'm like, man. But last year I did some painting faces classes, so that has improved. But my eyes have really needed some work. So this year that just filled the niche.
Yep. Yeah, I was walking through the exhibit hall, and I was actually at a painting booth, and she sent me all these random pictures of just eyes that she'd painted. And I remember showing somebody a painter, and he's like, it's pretty good. I'm like, there we go. And if I showed her other eyes, but it's really rough. But anyway, that's really cool, that type of hands-on to kind of, I don't know, just expound on what you enjoy doing.
And the teachers are always, I've done several classes, the teachers are phenomenal. Like, I had trouble doing one little step of the eye, and I just kind of reworked it and got it right. And they were patient, and they were like, yes, no, yes, no. That's what you need. So it was great.
Yeah. So maybe I should take one of those art classes for caution signs. Is that one of the ones they offer?
There you go, how to draw caution signs.
How to draw caution signs in 20 seconds.
You should...
I will probably take that. I'm just saying.
You should put a request in for an event next year.
I will be the only person there, and they're going to be like, it's not possible. So, clumsy whale. Anyway, that was our number 3, the events and painting classes. Okay, our number 2 is probably Tom's number 1. That's most cons. But it is the food. I love the food there. I love the different restaurants. We found this little social cantina. I think it's actually called Social Cantina. And they just changed their entire menu to match Gen Con. We got there the first night, and they had movies going on throughout the week and changed the entire menu. The lady sitting behind us happened to be the regional manager that comes over because this is their busiest week of the year. So that was great. I went to St. Elmo's, which we go every year, and they have this shrimp cocktail sauce with horseradish that is just going to kill someone. It is so ridiculously hot. And Shapiro's little deli over there. But the food trucks, every year the food trucks always have something different there.
I loved it. This year, actually, Social Cantina had a food truck there. That was great that you could, rather than walk to the restaurant, it was right there. I love the pizza. The pizza is probably one of my favorite places.
Did you like this year's pizza?
I actually like this pizza way better than last year's pizza, to tell you the truth.
Really?
Yeah, I really liked it. I got it several times, and I was like, that is a good pizza.
That's pretty, because Tom would not try this year's. It was hot dogs with chili and potato chips, and he just said nope. And the girl we were with, Tori, she was just eating it, and I took a picture. I'm like, yeah, she's enjoying it. And Tom's just nope. I will say one of those things is we then started getting our food and then going inside of the stadium. This is our first year doing that.
Yes.
So if you're looking at doing that in the future or going in the future, that's a great place because sometimes it's hard. Two things. One, it might be hard to find somewhere to sit out there, or it may be too hot. Now, this year the too hot was not a problem because the weather was incredible. It was like 75, 76. It was a little bit cool.
I had to get a sweater the whole time. I was freezing.
Which was it was great.
Yeah.
But you take the food inside the stadium, you go get it, you come inside, and you relax.
And there's a stadium for 70,000 people. There were plenty of seats. It was nice to know, I'm not going to have to worry about where I'm going to sit. There was going to be a seat somewhere. It was great. I love that. Yeah.
And they also have concessions in there where you can go ahead and get your drinks. They also have stuff to eat in there. And all the food trucks were busy, but not too busy, of course, except the noodles. But it was really, really good.
I do like those noodles.
So good.
Those noodles are great, yeah.
You see a lot of the same food trucks here year after year, but they usually mix up their menu, have something different. And it was great. So the food, as usual at Gen Con, spot on. Good job, Indy.
Yeah, good job.
And finally, number 1. That's by Eric Summer. You think I nailed it?
You nailed it. Actually, that was one of the things. Going back to our late night gaming, Eric played with us, and he did the voice.
Oh, yeah.
And that was amazing.
I made him randomly just say, everybody close your eyes. He's like, but you don't have to close. Just say it, Eric. Say it. Everybody close your eyes. I go, oh, goodness, I get chills. Look, there they are.
Yeah.
No, so really, it's funny. Our number 1 is also some people's number 1 complaints, which is weird how you can grab something different. It's the crowd.
I love being in that first morning, what's it called, the cattle call? I love being in that. We will be in the exhibitor. I will walk out of the exhibitor just to go into that crowd. I think it's phenomenal. I love it so much.
This is insane. She is insane because we will be in, as exhibitors, you get in 2 hours early, but she will walk back out to walk in with everyone.
I do. I like it. I like to be there. I love to be with fellow gamers. It's amazing. I love it so much. I love being in the crowded hallways, walking to the food trucks or wherever you're walking to. I love it. I just love it.
She just loves people. She'll be 4 hours at the booth, and then on the 4th hour, she's just like, yay! And then we got to meet so many people there at the booth that came by. We Tom brought the dice tower again this year. Well, not us, but the actual dice tower, where you drop dice down there and you end up winning if you get doubles or whatever. Triples. And she ran the tower more than I did. But,
I love that tower so much. That's my favorite thing to do when I'm on the booth.
And it's incredible. So people would come by, and you just get to meet a lot of you that watch every year, and it's somewhere that we will actually be, then we're going to be there. And I agree. It's really neat to find and talk to gamers. Every time we're stopped, and people say, hey, I like the channel or whatever, it's never an awkward conversation because you can always roll into, what kind of games do you like? It's like immediately you have something in common with the person you're talking to.
I love that.
That does not happen in life. That does not happen if you're walking through the mall, if you're walking to church, if you're walking wherever. Sometimes you struggle to find that common thread. But when you're there at Gen Con, it's there. It could be a bit removed. It could be I'm here for the RPGs, I'm here for whatever, but it's still under the same umbrella. And I think that's why I really enjoy the crowd and the people.
I have so many photos of just random us in the corridor, just random crowd shots on coming back looking at the Google Photos. It was awesome. I love to see what people are buying too. When people come to the booth and be like, "What have you bought? Let me see." I'd love to see that stuff. I loved being there with all those people. I thought it was great.
I agree. I did hear the numbers they never give official numbers, probably. I don't know, for various reasons, but they said it's larger than it ever has been. But it didn't feel that much to me, at least. It was packed. I mean, there were times when you could just you took a while to get from one side to the other. But I think eliminating carts and strollers that aren't being used really kind of widened that, because if you think about it, those carts, which were used a lot, take up spaces for 3 people or so. So I think that kind of spread it out a bit.
I honestly felt the exhibitor hall this year really had a lot more room.
It did.
Too. I did. There was one point I remember thinking, whoa, there's too many people right now. Let me come back. But other than that, that was like Thursday, I think. Other than that, I felt I could move easily through people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was great. But it was great just being there with everybody, you know?
Yeah. So that is our number one, the crowd and the people, because... he was fantastic, man. And now we have to wait, what did you say, 400 days for the next one?
Yeah, 500 days.
It's unbelievable. The year gets longer every year.
Every year.
Yes. It's terrible. So anyway, if you guys went to Gen Con, or if you have any questions about Gen Con, post them in the comments. Your favorite thing about Gen Con, post them in the comments. Also, if you found something unique at Gen Con, because again, one thing we weren't able to do this year is to walk around the ballrooms of the different hotels. I know. We did it several years ago, but our schedule, we're better about the schedule this year, and we don't pack it as full. But just to walk around, kind of meander, and look in those ballrooms and find those things that you did not think would be interesting to you, but they are. Yeah. So if you guys have any of that stuff, the stuff that you like to do at Gen Con, please put it in the comments, because we're always looking for more stuff to do.
I think I could make a top 10 of like the things I want to do at Gen Con.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. True Dungeon, some other stuff. Yeah.
There are so many things that we hear about and people just love, and we're like, got to put on the list for next year.
Yep.
So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in, and we will probably see you guys coming up at probably the next cruise or whatever.
We've got some cruises coming up. Yeah,
cruise,
that'd be fun.
East, all that.
Yeah.
But if not, we're going to see you at Gen Con.
Woohoo.
So, all right. Thanks, guys. I'm Joey Evans.
I'm Alex Evans.
And we'll see you later on the channel.
Bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video on the Dice Tower. Hey, do you want to know what's going on with Dice Tower? Do you want to know about our events, our cruises, special things that we're going to do live here in the Dice Tower? Subscribe to Dice Tower Digest. Go to DicetowerDigest.com. It's a newsletter that we send out bi-weekly. We won't use your email for anything else. This is just to get you some information about the Dice Tower so you'll be up to date. Thanks for watching.